all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink. Especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Chicago calls timeout.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor.
Come on, Chicago.
1:57 left in the first half. And here's Rose outside. Happy to see that one go in for a second make in 5 attempts. Rockets trail by 3. Here's Hayes, and that's going to be a travel.
And as a coach, that's the kind of turnover that drives you nuts.
And Greg, there's no reason for that turnover to happen. It's just inexcusable.
Outside Rose. From deep three-point range, Rose can't get that one to fall.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
McGrady and Houston again with the bucket. Here's Rose. He has 5. From 18 feet away, Rose can't get that one to fall.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
And Chicago has possession. They trail by 1. That doesn't go either for Rose. And the Rockets with possession here. Outside Landry. Beyond the arc. And the officials call a traveling violation. .43 seconds left to play in the first half. In the corner, Gibson with it. Shoots. And again, no good by Chicago.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Releases, and the officials call a traveling violation.
Well, if you really want to make things hard on yourself, that's exactly how to do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
They're not doing themselves any favors at this point. They've got to stabilize their offense with just sound execution.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Brooks in for Rose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
.16 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Brooks outside. Three-pointer, and Jones sends it back. Here's Landry. That's tipped. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Bulls lead by 1. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Chicago leading. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Mirotic in at the 3. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Rockets on offense. Jones for 3. And that's going to be a travel.
That's just a foolish mistake right there, guys.
Yeah, inexcusable. You just cannot allow that to happen.
Jones against Rose. Pulls it up. Rose with another miss.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. 2 shots. He misses the free throw. That's off as well, so he misses both. The Bulls leading by 3. Outside Gasol, and Gibson kicks to Gasol. The Bulls keep it alive. Trying his luck deep. The shot is off. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. It's Jones on the wing. He's covered by Rose. Here's McGrady. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement. Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. McGrady's gone 50% so far. 2 of 4 shooting. Pulls up. Rose, that's good. Rose has got 9. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Jones, no one around him. Another shot. McGrady passes to Hayes, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
I mean, you've got to have more awareness on the floor and not make those kinds of errors.
Yeah, brain fade, brain neutral error, and those will cost you.
Chicago making some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Heinrich in for Mirotic. Rose goes in, 20 feet out. And the shot falls short this time. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Jones with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Here's Novak. No good. And it's Chicago the other way.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Rose. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Looking at the game Rose has been having, 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Bulls shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Rose. 1:52 left here in the third quarter. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Landry dishes to Novak. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Good shot, gentlemen.
For Houston, they have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight. The first one falls. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for the Bulls. Brooks comes in for Rose. He doesn't get the second one. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Landry. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Rockets trail by 5. Outside, Jones. Here's Hayes. Soft touch off the glass.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
Brooks from outside. Brooks can't get that one to fall. Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
And Gibson kicks to Brooks. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Brooks has got 8.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Pau Gasol's checked in for Taj Gibson. So he comes up empty at the line.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've got extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game. Yeah, it's just a smart shot taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Here's Portis. Can't hit from 12.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Now Jones, 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. Jones is out there with Tracy McGrady. Then there's Carl Landry, and it's Hayes, and it's Novak in at the 4 slot. Down low, here's Hayes. Second chance shot. McDermott with a steal. Kicks it to Mirotic. Pass to Gasol. 16 feet away. Novak grabs the board. Novak's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. A shot by McGrady, no good. The Bulls leading by 5. Mirotic with it. He's picked up by Landry. Mirotic gets the bucket.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Landry, no good. And so here is Chicago. Takes it from 10. Mirotic's shot is off. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Gasol kicks to Mirotic. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And now an 11-point Chicago lead. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint.